Hello, BookTube. I want to do a bit of a book chat about a science fiction volume that I recently read that I've wanted to read for years. And it's John Scalzi, Old Man's War. This is, let me take my glasses off so I can read. This is a Tom Doherty Associates book, New York, Tor. And they call it the first mini hardcover edition of 2017, but the original volume came out in 2005. And there's a series, I think, of about 6 of these little mini, they're hardback. They're the size of a mass market paperback, and I really, really, really like them. I know there's Ender's Game, there's Robert Jordan, the first part of that whole Wheel of Time thing. I can't remember what else there is, but there's a few. And this is a military science fiction, which I either really like or really don't. In nonfiction, I read a lot of military fiction. Right now, I'm trying to do audiobooks because I have time waiting for my children in the afternoon. I've never really been successful with audiobooks, so I'm listening to John Keegan, the military historian, on intelligence and war, and that's actually going fairly well. I find myself enjoying that. But this is about a character. It's in the future. It's Colonial Defense Forces. His name is John Perry. He's reached an age where you can sign up with the Colonial Defense Forces. The colonies are different planets, and he's an Earth person. He's a writer, although a lot of that doesn't come through in the book, but he's a writer, and his wife has passed, whom he loves and loved intensely, and he joins up. You reach a certain age, you give up everything, and when you go out to the you become a recruit, you're given a new body, and it goes into great detail about how that's done, and they become different, physically amazing, but they're still themselves. And when John Perry goes out, he makes friends on the trip out. He makes friends in what's boot camp. He makes friends in battle, and he distinguishes himself at each level. He distinguishes himself in boot camp, and he distinguishes himself in a battle with an alien race. And there's a great momentum to the story, and he's a good character. He's a character that you really care about when you're reading it. And I don't want to give any spoilers because there's some meetings. When you build up the stress of the moment, there's so many things swirling around that you care about. And I think that's where Scalzi really shines. You do care about the characters, and you care about the future world. And my understanding is this starts a larger series, and I've always wanted to get into it, but I always wanted to read the first volume, just never quite get around to it. And I read this. I found it at Books A Million. They had a little cardboard thing with the 3 at the top, 3 at the bottom of these little mini hardcovers, mass market, paperback size, which I like. I like it. I feel like you get something substantial, but you still have the convenience of the size of the book. So I would strongly recommend the book if you like fast-paced, action-filled, somewhat military, It is military science fiction. And John Scalzi, The Old Man's War. Thank you, BookTube.